Good evening everyone and welcome to the League of Europe. We are here for the Formula 2 Championship, down to the nitty gritty for the final two rounds of the season. Tonight it is round 13 as we take in the British Grand Prix from the legendary Silverstone circuit. Of course, today announced that if it was to go ahead, it will be running under closed doors. So hopefully we can get the British Grand Prix on in real life. But in the meantime, I can treat you to 18 corners of the fantastic track that is Silverstone, and hopefully we will be able to get this stream fully done. There has been a few connection problems on my end, and wider still with Virgin Media here in the UK. So hopefully, I'm praying everything is going to go according to plan, and you are going to see a full 100% race with safety car on here tonight at Silverstone. Of course, I'm James Head, going to be taking you through the action here tonight, fresh from my stint from yesterday and the day before of the 24 hours of F1, and I'd just like to say thank you everyone for really attending that event and watching and really donating to the cause of NHS charities together. A fantastic amount raised. The last time I checked it was £1,075, and that was not including gift aid as well. So fantastic stuff to every single one of you who either raced or donated or just watched and supported us in the 24 hours of F1, and I'm sure all organisers and all commentators would like to thank you guys for really making it that bit special. Well, back to normality, however, though. It is League of Europe Formula 2 tonight. Round 13 of the championship, and coming into tonight we could have a potential championship winner in our midst. It is, of course, Toxic. He leads the way on 53 points. Remember what we said last week in Mexico, 54 points it would have been for him to take the title. So Campbell's still within a chance of getting the title, but it is a minute chance. It is literally a 0.01% chance, I think, of Campbell trying to pull this off. You never know. Toxic's Wi-Fi might die and Campbell might be able to get a good result out of tonight. I don't wish that on anybody, by the way. But coming into tonight, Toxic leads the standings on 254 points, from Campbell in second, sneaking into the 200 points as well on 201. Third is Verstappen on 162 points, with Dan in fourth on 127. Then in fifth it is Car Mentalist on 120 points. In sixth is B Morgan on 100 points. Then we've got QVR Chill in seventh on 91. XL Gary in eighth. Gary Donegan, of course, on 86 points. McCrew in ninth on 61, fresh from his stint in 24 hours of F1. And then we've got a tie for 10th between Larkin and LR Gulls. Again, two drivers fresh from their stints on 52 points. XL Bray is in 12th on 43 points, and a little bit of a gap to Dylan on 41 points in 13th. McKeeran is in 14th on 40. He, however, is not racing tonight. Nico is in 15th on 38 points. V5 HRL in 16th on 30. Your JT, another one not racing here tonight, the Scotsman, he is on 28 points in 17th. XL Hardy Reserve is in 18th on 27. Then we've got Killer Blue in 19th on 21. And just as soon as I found the standings again, XL Ryan in 20th on 19 points. Kuki Games in 21st on 16. Then we've got Sebo Rajayan on 15 points respectively. Alt Maverick is on 12. Darth Tahiti is in 25th on 11. And then we've got Damon on 10. Matty on 9, and Neo, fresh from his debut last week, is on 6 points right down the back, and he's got that premium seat, of course, for the remaining two rounds of the season. We have got 15 drivers here currently out on track. James LH44 has just joined in the lobby as well. Hopefully we can see a good performance from him tonight. In terms of the team standings, Campos lead the way on 353 points out on track. Carlin in second on 306. Now the Constructors is another one that can be wrapped up here tonight. 353 points for Campos, 306 points for Carlin. 47 point gap coming into tonight. Dams are in third on 227, with BWT odd number a mile behind on 137 in 4th. Trident in 5th on 129. Then we've got F1 Prix in 6th on 116. Prima in 7th on 106. Charoux in 8th on 73. MP Motorsport in 9th on 64, and then Univertosi in 10th on 45 points. And that is the rundown, of course, of that fabulous team standings, and hopefully we might see the crowning of Campos as team champions here tonight, as constructors champions, of course, to you and me. However, as I say, hopefully we're going to get a 100% race. Hopefully I'm going to stream you guys a 100% race here tonight. Hopefully we're going to be seeing some absolute fantastic action out on track. Good evening to everyone tuning in. Good evening to Larkin. Good evening to Old Maverick. Good evening to Toxic, saying don't curse me. I think I did on the stream. I do apologise. Nico says good evening to James as well. Good evening to me, of course. And good evening to all of you. Larkin saying, how are you doing, James lad? I'm doing absolutely fantastically well. Bar the connection issues I've been having in the last hour and a half or so, I'm absolutely tip-top and ready to go, and hopefully we're going to be seeing some great racing here tonight. And again, I just want to reiterate what happened on Saturday and Sunday of that 24 hours of F1 event. I'm probably going to go on about it for quite a while, to be honest, but some of the action there was absolutely fantastic. I covered Baku and Britain, luckily, across the 2 days that I did it. Filled in for Ollie Glazebrook, of course, on for round 5. That was Baku, of course, and then Britain was the penultimate round, where we saw a fantastic battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Pretty much carry on right through to the final lap of the race, down into Luffield. Rafa making a meal of it, really. Vastaracer, I think, cut him off. But again, some of the stewarding, I'm just going to go, on that, I think. 16 drivers, though, here tonight, and good evening to everyone that is tuning in, of course. Monday night action awaiting for you guys here in the Formula 2 Championship, and we've only got 2 rounds to go. We've got Britain tonight, and then we've got Germany next week, and we are back to normal, by the way, on Saturday. All divisions will be covered live on the channel. Mer Ryan saying he's still recovering, and rumour has it, J. Cole is still sleeping. J. Cole is possibly still sleeping, I wonder. He hasn't awoken from his slumber, I don't think. Hopefully he might pop up within the comment section within the next hour or so. And have I recovered from the 24 hours? Yeah, I had a good sleeping pattern arrangement. Of course, I didn't do the full 24 hours of commentating. I only filled in for 2 hours of that 24, so did my small part. And I got about a 6 or 7 hours sleep leading into the stream, and £450 was raised when we were going through on our second to last race, and then Lawmans came in with a £390 donation, which was absolutely fantastic and made us aware of that target. And any money extra that you can possibly give will help the NHS fight against this awful disease. And I know firsthand, my auntie is a key worker. She works at Sunderland Mall Hospital on the COVID wards. She's been moved back to the eye infirmary, luckily, this week in Sunderland. So everything, social distancing, washing hands, etc., is working, and I give you my guarantee on that. So keep up the good work. It is a national effort against an invisible enemy, but I'm sure all of us will come through together, united as a society, hopefully after all of this is over. And I know there's been talk of lockdown restrictions being eased. I'm a little bit pessimistic. I don't think the lockdown restrictions should be eased personally. I don't think we're ready for that. I think it's going to be gradual, and I've got to be honest, I don't see us getting back to any sort of normal until a vaccine is found for the coronavirus. And I know the British Grand Prix going to be run possibly behind closed doors if the government gives that go ahead, but with the medical staff that is needed to put on an event like that, I would say it's unlikely to get the go ahead, to be honest. So if you're one of those guys that are pretty high up with things and is very optimistic, just raise it down maybe a level, because obviously we're going to be in this for the long run, and hopefully, as I say, we're going to be united as a society, as everyone comes together to hopefully, at the end of this, the light at the end of the tunnel, celebrate what has been a really weird experience. I've got to be honest. I mean, you look back after all of this is over and think to yourselves, well, my lockdown consisted of Mr. Motivator on a morning doing a workout in Lycra. That's what you got to think. That's what you will tell your kids one day, and that's what you will tell your grandkids one day as well. This is extraordinary times. I haven't known anything like it, and thank you to everyone that is still keeping up that great effort for really everything. No practice gang says Alt Maverick, and let's go, he says. Alt Maverick is raring to go. The American. This is the first limited attendance that I think I've seen in a few weeks here. We normally get full attendances of 20 drivers. Obviously there's been a couple of connection issues, but I'm not sure. I think many people might be trying to, well, just sleep off what happened over Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, James putting in the comment section, rightfully so, stay home, protect lives and save the stay home, protect the NHS and save lives. That is the important message that everyone, I think, should carry through with them during the next days, weeks, months, maybe even years. I'm not going to really dwell on that too much. But Silverstone, it is the home of British motorsport, of course, and will be hopefully the home of the British Grand Prix this year as well. 18 turns to wait the drivers out on track. We go through Farm and Abbey, into the village section, into the loop, through onto the hangar, onto the Wellington straight, down towards the end of the first sector of Brooklands, then in towards Luffield, and then down the old pit straight, down towards turn 1, which is at Copse, and then through Maggots and Beckett, through Chapel, onto the hangar straight, through Stowe, through Vale, and into Club. And what a track it is. I love commentating around here. We never get a bad race. Please guys, keep it up on track. And I think, obviously I haven't invited anyone in to do an interview with. That's purely because I don't want my connection to fail or anything like that while I'm away from the screen. So hopefully you guys will be respectful of that. So no interviews tonight, sadly. But I will try and endeavour to pick out a few interviewees next week before we go live for the race. However, it's Silverstone, it's round 13, penultimate round of the championship. We've got 16 drivers about to do battle here. Of course, I'd love to hear your predictions within the comments section. How do you guys think you're going to get on if you're a driver out on track? And if anybody is supporting any of our drivers out on track, who do you think the top 3 is going to be? Leave that one up. I'll remind you of the standings. Toxic leading the way on 254 points. Campbell in second on 201. Those two are within title contention. Campbell, as I said at the start of the stream, a 0.01% chance, I think, of maybe gaining the title here. But you never know what could happen in events like this. 16 drivers, though, are waiting the red lights to go out and underway for the formation lap. So let's have a look at the difference in strategy. 29 laps then awaiting the guys out on track. In terms of lap times around here, you should be expecting maybe just under the 140 marks, I think, in terms of lap times around here. Maybe the 137s, 138 is what I'm thinking alongside. But looking at everyone, and there's been a difference in the strategy, so we've got about 10 other drivers on a set of soft compounded tyres. So I'll name them from the grid order that they're in. So James, Maverick, Neo, Nico, Dylan, Bray, Larkin, Chill, and Dan and Verstappen well down at the back of the field. Of course, this is a reverse grid. They're on a set of soft compound of tyres, and it's a fresh set. We haven't had qualifying here. We don't do qualifying in Formula 2's championships, and soft compound tyres will really help, but they will degrade at a rate of around 4 or 5% per lap around here. And it is going to be a real hammer blow if they don't get that towards probably around lap 9, lap 10, I'm thinking, before the guys maybe decide to start to pit in. It might even be before that, so I'm just really trying to get at what I think might happen. Hard compounded tyres from us, Ebo, Killer Blue, B Morgan, Commentless, Campbell and Toxic, all on a set of hard compounded tyres. Those will be the guys to watch, especially the latter 4, B Morgan, Commentless, Campbell and Toxic, all on a set of hard compounded tyres. Of course, you can really you can not predict the future around here at Britain. You can't predict the future at all. So goodness knows what is going to happen here. But Campbell and Toxic will be hoping to make early ground through the field, maybe with a few spins. I'm looking at Sable, Killer Blue possibly in particular, that may just necessarily not get that great start. And hopefully we're going to see some great racing out on track. Of course, James coming in for, I think, the first time this season, if I'm not mistaken. So he is in and driving the Sauber Junior car, and he is starting out on top. So round the final corner we come through Club, and now we're about to get going for 29 laps of action here in the Formula 2 Championship tonight. Just going to be shy of about an hour's worth of racing. Jake Hall saying, no, I'm wide awake, although feeling tired. Larkin and Toxic to stage a constructors comeback, and Ryan saying, I feel you, Jake Hall. Good to see you're awake, man. It's good to see you are awake and prepared for the 29 laps that are about to happen here at Silverstone. Round 13 of the championship is about to begin. The 5 red lights are about to come on here at the home of British Motorsport. It's Silverstone, it's Formula 2, and it is, hopefully, lights out and away we go. James gets a very lucky start, but Alt Maverick has bogged down slightly. XL Neil trying to go around the outside. It's going to be 3 wide through into Farm. Goodness me, and XL Neil around the outside, a little bit of contact. Ibble's been caught up in a little bit of contact early on. B. Morgan, I think, might have got caught up in that as well. But Neil down into the village section for the first time, leads the way. 3.5 tenths of a second from James in second. Alt Maverick third. Killer Blue and Nico going side by side through the loop. And now they go on to the Wellington Straight for the first time. And Neil's got a break early. 1.1 second from James in second. Nico and Killer Blue going side by side there briefly. Larkin is making good progress through the field. He's now got the run on Killer Blue, trying to go up the inside now into Brooklands. Can the Carling man get the job done? He has. Sails it up the inside. Softs against hard. You know which tyre I want to be on, to be honest. It's the softs. And Larkin is through, and he's up to 5th. And Dylan's through on the inside of Killer Blue, and he's up into 6th, down through Luffield. What a fantastic move that is by Dylan. The IRO man out on track, up to 6th position, out on track. Killer Blue 7th, Brian 8th, Chillen 9th. Verstappen already up to 10th. And interestingly, Toxic still in front of Campbell. This will be enough for him to wrap up the championship tonight as it stands. Campbell really has got to win the race, and Toxic's got a DNF if there's any sort of chance, really. The German, fresh from his debut in Mexico last week, leads by 2.5 seconds through Chapel and onto the Wellington Straight, onto the Hangar Straight, we come for the first time. Old Maverick on the back of James for second. Holding up a little bit of train here, James. He's down the inside now, Old Maverick, the American, on the Brit, trying to get the move done. Nico, the Spaniard, is in behind and probably lapping this up, and he could go 3 wide in towards Club. Can the move get done? Oh, James slides the car on the inside. It's going to cause whole hold of contact there. Dylan caught up in that as well. Luckily, everyone has avoided that without front wing damage, I think, and Neil leads the way out of turn 18 and onto the first lap. Onto the second lap we go, and a little bit of contact in the background. Oh, and Dylan and Bray have been caught up in a contact in behind, so Bray and Dylan are both pretty much out of contention here. Just saw them in the background of shot, the Trident man going across on Dylan. Not sure if there was a little bit of contact, I think, coming in towards Club. And Bray and Dylan out of the race early, so Ebo has gone through, and a safety car has been deployed. A VSC, sorry, has been deployed. So VSC has been deployed out on track, brings a race neutralisation period out on track. Let's really see what happened through the first lap and see the position gains. 2 positions gained for Neo, 6 gained for Larkin, but 7 gained for Toxic. Important in his championship fight. He's got Campbell right on the back of him as well. So the Brit and the Scotsman will be hoping to try and come through early on. But we are halfway through lap 2 under the VSC, and now that has gone out apparently on my screen. So the VSC should be coming, we should be getting back underway very shortly indeed. And Larkin's going to be right on the back of Alt Maverick here. We're going to get back underway and down in towards Cops. Larkin's going to try and get the move down the inside. Great restart from Larkin. Can he get the move done through Cops? It's side by side in towards Maggots and Beckett. You don't want to go side by side through here, especially in F2 cars, but they're managing it somehow, and Larkin is up the inside, I think, of Maverick, trying to get around the outside. He doesn't, and Alt Maverick through, and he's still in second position. And look at QVR Chill on the back, the Scotsman trying to fight through, and Chill right on the back here of Killer Blue. Sorry, he's Dutch. Killer Blue under pressure though from Chill, and now Alt Maverick defending the inside line on Larkin just ahead. Larkin trying to go around the outside on the set of softs. So Maverick on the inside, Larkin around the outside. Can he get the move done? Nico's right in behind as well and still lapping this up. Chill is through and Killer Blue just in behind as well. Oh, and lip breaking there from Chill. Nearly goes into the back of his own teammate there. And Nico around the outside of Alt Maverick. And 2 positions gained respectively for Larkin and Alt Maverick. Just about. Look at Chill around the outside as well. 3 wide coming out of Club. And now the 2 teammates side by side down towards turn 1 at Farm. Nico though is still into 3rd position. That was a good move there by Nico, really gaining the opportunity there. And Chill has to settle for P4 currently out on track. Good racing though. Verstappen's making his eye-catching way through the field. Around the outside going through the loop. He gets the move done. He's up into 6th position. So Verstappen through and he's up into 6th. And Toxic has put Carl Mansell now in the way of Campbell. And Campbell now under pressure. Might have been a little bit of contact there possibly by Campbell. Just looked a little bit too quick, more like in on the back of Carl Mansell. But currently out on track, it's all going great guns. XL Brave, by the way, is into the pits after that contact with Dylan on at the end of lap 1. Campbell trying to fight his way through on Commensalus. Commensalus is not going to let him through that easy. And the VWT Arden man right on under pressure here from the Campos man. And now Dan on the back as well. Campbell on the inside line. Oh, just cuts across on Dan. Whew. Trying to go down the inside line there. A little bit of rough and tumble going on between these three. But looking good out on track. Toxic's on the back of Killer Blue, who's dropping down through the field early. Verstappen trying to go around the outside of Alt Maverick there, halfway through Maggots, now through Beckett and onto Chapel, and now down the hanger straight once again. Chill on the back of Nico. This is for 3rd and 4th. 2 Ocon 3 drivers out on track. Hopefully going to score good in the team standings. We've got a move going on in the background though, and Campbell's going to go through on Carmenslist, or is he? The Scotsman through on the Brit. So, Carmenslist down into 10th position now. Campbell through, he's up to 9th, and he's got his own championship rival ahead of him out on track. Verstappen's trying to desperately get past Alt Maverick though in the meantime for 5th position. On to lap 4 we go. Neil leads, Lock in 2nd, Nico 3rd, Chill 4th, Alt Maverick 5th, Verstappen 6th, Killer Blue in 7th, but watch out for Toxic in 8th. Campbell in 9th, Commensalus in 10th, and the more Toxic actually gets held up here, the more Campbell will begin to gain, and Toxic's down the inside of Killer Blue. Killer Blue will give him the benefit of the doubt. Now through into the loop and then through Aintree corner. Toxic on the outside line. Beautiful camera angle to try and get the move done here. He's got to try and cut across. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Toxic and Killer Blue. Killer Blue on the inside line takes avoiding action. Luckily everyone through safely. Not really sure what happened there. Wasn't the greatest camera angle to see, but it looked like almost Killer Blue was trying to go for a gap that really wasn't there, if I've got to be honest. Toxic on the back. He is better at the set of hard runners are currently out on track as well. And he's now on the back of Alt Maverick. Nico on the back of Chill for 4th position. See what Grand Prix drivers going at it out on track. A lot of good action happening out on track here, as always, here in the Formula 2 Championship of League of Europe. Round 13, if you are just tuning in, you haven't missed much. Except on VSC and Dylan being at the race and Bray getting caught up in that as well. So Evo spinning at turn 1. Really the highlights of the race, but we've seen some good overtakes so far. Verstappen has been catching my eye currently. He's in 5th position, 1.5 seconds off Nico. And the QVR guys are looking quite good out on track, if I've got to say so myself. If this was a team event, I think they'll be gaining a lot of points over the rest. Toxic on the back of Alt Maverick though, coming through Stowe. James has dropped down, as has Killer Blue. A bit of lag being picked up there by Alt Maverick. Hopefully he's got any devices on. If he's watching the stream in behind, then maybe turn it off, and it's for your own benefit. That's what I'm trying to get at. Toxic on the back though of Alt Maverick, and now the Brit right on the back of the American. Coming through turn 1 at Farm once again. Tocic's just got to be careful. He's got to try and pinpoint his move here. The Carling man on the back of the Universality car. Toxic looking to try and get past Maverick. As I say, best of the hard runners at this stage. Campbell catching up. Toxic just taking it easily. Doesn't want to try and let Alt Maverick get away too much. He's now going to open up that DRS down the Wellington Straight. This should be a job done move, I think, for Toxic on the inside line, down into Brooklands. And Alt Maverick gives him right away the corner. Could switch it back, but not quite. Toxic through, and he's up into P6. Runs a little bit too deep though. Positions the car perfectly again. Alt Maverick never going to go up the inside there. And Toxic through, and he's up into P6 out on track. That does allow though Campbell to get close to Alt Maverick, and now with there being 2 positions between Toxic and Campbell, Toxic will be wrapping up the championship. As long as he stays ahead of Campbell, no matter what position, Toxic will win the championship here tonight. The only thing would be if Toxic DNFs for some apparent reason and Campbell was to win, very unlikely at this stage of the race because Neil's dominating. If Campbell was to win, oh my god, he nearly had a moment there coming through Chapel. Losing a little bit of time, and now Commensalus within range. Try and get the move done, but he's not close enough. Oh, he tries to have a go of it down the inside line. Pinpointed his pinpoint accuracy in terms of the apex there from Commensalus. It's on the back of Campbell. But Campbell really needs Toxic, as I say, to DNF out of this race, really, to gain him an advantage in the championship. It's so unlikely, though, that Campbell will win the championship coming into tonight. I want to just make that clear right from the get-go. If you're expecting a championship battle, don't really be surprised if there isn't one, to be honest. Verstappen on the back of Nico. And Verstappen really attributing himself well. Was unlucky last time out in Mexico, got caught up in a couple of incidents. Verstappen is now on the back of Nico. Don't think there'll be any team orders. They're both in the same party. They're probably talking to each other probably at this stage and thinking, oh, what's your pace like? Verstappen on the back of Nico. Just carries a little bit too much speed going through Brooklands. Complements his run though through Luffield. Nico going wide there on the right hand side of your screen. Just a better appearance to shot there in the Ocon pre-car. Verstappen currently in 5th position. Toxic 6th, Old Maverick 7th, but now Campbell is on the back and 2 different lines taken through Woodcote. Old Maverick in 7th, Campbell in 8th, Tormentos 9th, Dan in 10th. Hopefully you guys enjoying the action so far out on track. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, of course. Hit that notification bell if you're new. There's more action to come on Saturday as we take in the final couple of rounds of the main championships. Divisions 1 to 4 going to be hosted there. But looking good out on track, I've got to say. Campbell now on the back as Verstappen has gone through. Campbell though on the back of Old Maverick, and this is for position. This is for 7th position out on track. And it looks like the Scotsman is going to repay the favour. Doesn't let Old Maverick through, and maybe just putting off Commensalus slightly. Came across onto Old Maverick. Commensalus might have just locked up the back. Oh, Dan having a right moment at a still. Good recovery by Dan. Sorry that I didn't catch that in its entirety. But Dan having a great fight and wrestle of the car.